everyone, my name is Pen. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you how I propagate elderberry cuttings. I'm going to try to root them in different methods that I have tried before every year, and it works so well. The first thing is that you want to have the elderberry branches that they're mature. This is like hardwood cuttings. In winter, like in late winter or in the middle of winter, in some areas that you live in a warmer place, you will start to see that they're starting to bud out like that. So this is when I start to take the cuttings from the plant. Elderberry can grow in the wild, or you can propagate some if you have already planted some in your garden. If you want to have more plants, it's very easy to propagate them. So like this, I try to keep like 2 pairs, 1, 2, and cut about 2-3 inches below each cutting, like that. So I'm gonna try to show you the way that I did for the propagation. The easiest way is to root them in the water like this. You just stick them in the water and put the jar near the windowsill where it gets light and it stays warm. If the water gets low, just keep adding the water and changing the water if it looks brown or not clear. So this is the easiest way, but it can take 2-3 months sometimes for the cuttings to root. And once they get root, you can plant the individual cutting in the soil in a small cup before planting. If you start everything indoors, just have to keep in mind that you have to harden them off before planting. Another way that I did, and I will be doing this now, is to root them in the soil. I use a regular potting mix and it's moist. See? So what you need, you just need the container, and this is pretty packed down, pretty firm. And I'm going to use rooting hormones, a big powder, and then dip this one in the rooting hormones, and then stick it in the soil. See, I cut about like 2-3 inches under the first node or knuckle, and then I kind of press around the base to make it firm. This container, I can fit many of them in here. And about 2-3 months, check again, and then you will have to dig it up and see if they start to root, and then you can transfer them in a small cup, individual cup, so they get well established before planting them in the garden. It's very easy to take care. And another way, this way, I'm gonna do, I call it condensation cutting. It's the same cuttings, but after that I'm going to place this whole container with a lot of elderberry cuttings in a plastic bag, a clear plastic bag, and then I'll close it up. It will serve like a dome. It will stay really warm inside, and they will root faster. From my experiences, this method roots faster than this one and the water. And I'm gonna share with you some other pictures that I have done in the past, and I hope that you get to try it. Alright, here what I have. The first method is rooting the cuttings in the water. I put them in a jar and put this by the window so you can get the light, and in this room it stays warm because it's inside the house. The second one here, I call it condensation cuttings, because this bag, it would be like a mini greenhouse, and it will start to have condensation because of the warmth and moisture, and it stays warmer than in the room. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to open the bag to water or anything, because the soil in there will stay moist. And as I use a clear container, and once they start to root, I will be able to see from outside that they are forming roots. And the last method is rooting in the soil, putting the cuttings in the soil. Just keep the soil moist, and if it starts to get dry, just water the soil It's okay if it gets wet, like really wet. Sometimes I will just take them out when the soil started gets dry, and if the temperature outside is getting warmer, and I will move this pot, then leave it outside and make sure that it's not freezing, and it will be fine. They're pretty hardy. So I hope you find this video helpful and get to try and see which method is easier for you and works best for you.